My name is Ryan Keller, Product Manager of the Nanoscope Operative Arthroscopy System. Today we are going to introduce a new product release, the Nano Grip. The Nano Grip, although a simple design, has maximum functionality benefits and ergonomic benefits in terms of small joint hand and wrist arthroscopy when used with the Nanoscope camera system. As many of you know, the Nanoscope camera has been released now for over a year. We have seen tremendous usage in small joint arthroscopy, specifically the hand and wrist, due to the ergonomic and small nature of the design of the camera. So now we're going to get into why we released the Nano Grip and its benefits it has with the Nanoscope camera. The Nanoscope outer sheath measures in 2.2 millimeter in outer diameter, again having significant benefits ergonomically in a tight joint space such as the hand and wrist. One thing we notice in hand and wrist arthroscopy is surgeons holding the Nanoscope not by its traditional camera head method, but more towards the distal tip end of the camera due to its more ergonomic control at the current length of the Nanoscope camera. As you grip it towards that distal tip end, there could be an issue from a distal to proximal balance in terms of weight distribution, which could produce joint fallout in that tight joint space. So now I would like to introduce some of the features and benefits around the Nano Grip. The Nano Grip comes sterilely packaged as a single-use accessory for the Nanoscope camera. As you can see, there's 4 indentations as well as a tapered tip, which provides the surgeons various indentations based on surgeon preference on the way they hold the camera. The Nano Grip is a silicone device which easily snap fits over the outer sheath of the Nanoscope camera. Here you can see a V-shaped slot which allows a surgeon or assistant to simply place this at various locations on the outer Nanoscope sheath. So now we're going to review the method of insertion for the Nano Grip. The Nano outer sheath without the camera or operator trocar placed through it has a very thin wall. You want to avoid placing the Nano Grip on the outer sheath, which could cause crimping or damage to the outer sheath based on that thin wall. So prior to joint insertion, you have various methods to introduce the Nano Grip. Before establishing your portal in the hand and wrist joint, you can take your obturator, place it through the outer sheath. You can take your Nano Grip, line up the V-shaped groove, again based on desired working length, and start with that V-shaped slot, and you'll feel and hear an audible click once the silicone Nano Grip is in place. You can see now I have a shorter desired working length, which again balances that distal to proximal weight distribution issue. If I were to be in the case and I wanted to adjust the desired working length, you would simply remove the Nano Grip and then place it either more proximal or even more distal to, again, take down that working length and to provide a more comfortable hold. So the other method, prior to operator trocar inserted, you have the ability to insert the camera as the joint has been established with your Nanoscope distal, again, chip-on-tip camera. And then from here, as you're inside the joint, you can again take that V-shaped groove, line it up based on desired working length, and simply press forward, and you'll feel that snap click in place. Now you can see, again, the balance of weight that the Nano Grip provides in terms of distribution from distal to proximal. If I were to grip the camera here, you see the cable and the weight of this camera head pulling me out of the joint space, which again in hand and wrist arthroscopy is a very tight space, and telescoping oftentimes can occur. So here you have your 4 indentations based on surgeon preference, and I also have this tapered end if I want to get closer of finer control in specific joint spaces within the hand and wrist. If I were to make an adjustment, again, you want to always ensure that the camera is either inserted in the outer sheath or that an obturator trocar is in place to avoid crimping of the outer sheath. I could simply remove through the V-shaped area, go closer to the distal tip or the proximal end, and then now I have a finer control of the camera device. One thing to avoid during your procedure with the Nano Grip is always establishing insertion via the slit or the V-shaped groove in the Nano Grip, which again is a silicone device which easily snap fits to the outer 2.2 millimeter sheath of the Nanoscope camera. What you don't want to do is try to push the distal tip of the Nanoscope camera through the core pin of the Nano Grip. Yes, it can go on there, but due to the silicone nature of that grip, You do have the ability to damage your Nanoscope camera, provide crimping, or issues of silicone being trapped in your distal tip end of your sensor there. The Nanoscope being 0 degree, looking straight north and south, I have the ability to rotate my hand to maneuver the joint space, and the Nano Grip stays in place, again, while also providing the surgeon finer control within that tight space anatomy.